all the power of the enemy, and you can walk among snakes and scorpions and crush them. Nothing will injure you. I'm going to read that again. Look, I have given you authority over all the power of the enemy, and you can walk among snakes and scorpions and crush them. Nothing will injure you. Even that shows us we have authority, but we go praying to God when trouble comes, and God says, I've given you authority. As an ambassador, there's things you can do, but you're sitting here waiting for the Father to do it. That's where I'm ahead of myself again. That's why the enemy messes with us so much. He banks on us not knowing our authority, so we go praying for something we already have. He says, I have given you authority over the power of the enemy. Here's another story. The silent ambassador. A young ambassador was sent to a foreign country with full authority to negotiate treaties and protect the nation's interests. He had the power to make decisions, enforce agreements, and command respect, but he hesitated. Afraid of making waves, he stayed quiet, avoided confrontation, and let others make decisions for him. Opportunities were lost, and his mission's impact was minimized, not because he lacked authority, but because he didn't use it. God can't use weak men in the kingdom. God can't use quiet people in the kingdom. He can't use anybody that's passive. A brand ambassador gets authority from a contract. A kingdom ambassador gets authority from Christ himself. Let that sink in.
That's good.
If you're a brand ambassador, your authority comes from your contract, whether it's Nike, whether it's whoever. A kingdom ambassador gets authority from Christ himself. If you know who you are, you can represent Christ better. When you speak and act in Jesus' name, you don't just represent him, you carry his authority. It's not just something that we sing. It's not just something that we say. You carry his authority everywhere you go. When you walk into hospitals, when you walk into dead areas, when you walk into places where there's no power and authority over Christ, you carry his presence. Don't be an ambassador who is ignorant of the authority he or she carries. The enemy will always get you to question your authority, your purpose, your mission, and the one who sent you. Stand firm and stick to the mission like a faithful ambassador. And that's what God began to show me. The enemy wants us ignorant of who God called us to be. Therefore, we'll never fulfill our purpose. Because if he has us thinking we're a quiet ambassador, we'll never have the authority to go into rooms and speak. We'll be scared when he wants us to go into Pharaoh. We'll be scared when he wants us to go somewhere. Because when you're an ambassador, you're representing a whole other kingdom, and that kingdom is behind you. But what happens is we so caught up in the world, we don't want to lose friends. We so comfortable with the world, we don't want to rub anybody the wrong way. And God is like, listen, remember, you're not of this